got a precious few minutes to be one of those who figure it out before it's unveiled, before it's launched. TBA-OMG.
What the hell is BEB?
TBA-OMG.
What the hell is BEB?
TBA-OMG.
What the hell is BEB?
Because the 2020 elections, as in all elections under this system, are BEB. 3, 2, 1. What the hell is BEB? Bourgeois electoral bullshit! From the National Get Organized for an Actual Revolution tour, Andy Z is an advocate of Bob Avakian's No Communism. He's a spokesperson for Revolution Books. And he's going to share a word with you about the role of elections and the understanding of elections in relation to revolution. Real revolution. Andy Z.
All right, thank you, Noche. How are you all doing? All right. Okay, so let me restate the message from the RevCons on the Get Organized for an Actual Revolution tour. The 2020 elections, as in all elections, are nothing other than bourgeois electoral bullshit. And once again, we'll rephrase that for the radio M4 TV. The elections, as in all elections under this system, are bourgeois electoral BS. These elections are nothing other than a brilliant device to rope you into complicity with great crimes, a circus to make you think you have some say in what is going on. They are a way to bamboozle you, to deceive you, to make you think you are doing something, and to put your stamp of approval on great, great horrors. And as Noche said, we are on a tour to spread this revolution, to spread the work of Bob Avakian, to spread the fact that there is a way out of this madness through revolution for a radically new society based on the new communism. And the stakes could not be higher for humanity around the world, as well as here in the United States, where a fascist regime is in power. That's the Trump-Pence regime. This regime is step-by-step consolidating a fascist regime, a white supremacist fascist regime. And the Democrats have no answer for this. Nancy Pelosi has said that impeachment is off the table. Why? She said because it divides the country. Get real. Get real. When you have Nazis marching in the streets with torture saying the Jews will not replace us, slurring and attacking homosexuals, marching under the banner of the Confederate flag and white supremacy, this country is divided. As Bob Avakian has said, Trump makes use of these divisions in pursuit of his fascist agenda, but neither he nor anyone else has caused or could have caused these divisions. They are rooted in the very nature, functioning, and requirements of this system and the way all of this has historically evolved. To eliminate these divisions, it is necessary to eliminate the system.
Right. Yep.
The Democrats have told you, and they have shown you, that they have no answers. Think about that. Confront it. We are facing, as I said, a fascist regime. The Democrats blather on about governing and promoting wish lists like the Green No Deal, which will solve the environmental crisis just about as well as Obama solved the crisis of police shooting black and brown youth, which is to say, not at all. But no, you would rather believe in make-believe than get out of your comfort zone and face reality. And this is not the first time in history that we have seen such a movie. This system and the media mouthpieces have you thinking about an election contest in which you really have no say in what is going on. They have you in a game show. A game show of America's got imperialists and wannabe imperialist talent, as you can see up here. Do you want to be part of that same crew of oppressors by giving them your stamp of approval?
Hell no!
You think you're woke, but you're rooting for Bernie, You're cooing over AOC. You're following Beto's existential crisis on the internet. But you are sleepwalking through a nightmare. This system cannot be reformed. And look, the stakes are such as whether or not this planet will even be habitable for human beings within 50 or 100 years. You cannot change your light bulbs and tax carbon as the way out of this. You need an entirely different system.
Yes.
We have a problem with the environment that is caused by a dog-eat-dog system that depends on fossil fuels and the fight over who controls those fossil fuels. We have a problem that turns water into a commodity around the world. We need to overthrow this system, and that's why we here are out on tour to say to everybody, this system can't be reformed. We have to overthrow the system. We need an actual revolution. The 2020 election, as Noche said before, the Republican Party is fascist. The Democratic Party is also a machine of massive war crimes and crimes against humanity. The system cannot be reformed. We need an actual revolution. The 2020 elections, you wanted some evidence? I'm going to give you some evidence. But I need a third hand. When I'm done, I want you to pick up a copy of this newspaper, Revolution. You will see this centerfold that says the Republicans are fascist, but the Democrats are also a machine of war crimes and crimes against humanity. And you need to go through this. You need to see that over the last 60 years, 70 years, the crimes, the murder, the death, the plunder that has been caused by both parties, from Yemen, more recently from Obama, the Iraq War, all the way back to the bombing of Hiroshima. Look at these facts, and then tell me that you can rely on the Democrats to resolve the things that you care most about. You cannot, and it will never happen that way. We need an actual revolution. Okay, now we've had some fun with this BEB, hashtag BEB. We're not done having that fun, but we're actually talking about some serious stuff here. We do face a fascist regime. As peculiar, petty, lunatic, and bizarre as Donald Trump and Mike Pence are, what they are doing affects the reality. The reality they're bringing about affects the lives of millions of people, billions of people. And as the organization Refuse Fascism has said, Trump's Make America Great Again plan is a 21st century fascist program of America First wrapped in the flag of Mike Pence's Bible, taken literally, with a program of white supremacy, misogyny, and xenophobia. And in opposition to this, the Democratic Party, where all too many people are putting their money, their resources, and their hopes, is acting exactly like the progressives and the moderates did in Germany 80 years ago, 90 years ago, when they conciliated and collaborated with Hitler's regime, with the result being tremendous horrors for humanity. The reason they don't have and can't have any answers to all that plagues the people is because the Democratic Party is a ruling class party whose purpose is to enforce and reinforce the system that gives rise to all of this, here and around the world. And that's what's shown in that chart. That's what's shown in that chart. Any party that is seriously promoted by the media in this country, that is seriously in power, can only be a party of the ruling class. And unless that's what you want to be, a wannabe plunderer and oppressor of humanity here and around the world, then you need to get with the revolution. There are three futures facing us. The first future is a fascist regime, with all that that means. The second future is putting your hope in complicity with all of this, in a Democratic Party that has brought you the same, and people around the world, the same oppression and plunder. Or you can get with the revolution and find out about Bob Avakian and the new communism, and find out that there actually is a way for humanity to overcome all forms of exploitation and oppression. That is not an impossible dream. It's a hard road, but it's a possible road because of the very problems that this system generates and the sentiments that people have against us. So we have hit the road organizing this. And some other people here will tell you about, we have an opening celebration next weekend. Now, I just want to say two more things. One thing is that part of fighting for this revolution is recognizing the danger of this fascist regime. And if you take the conclusion of what I've said, that you can't rely on the Democratic Party, then what can you rely on? Well, you can rely on ourselves, on yourselves. The only way that we are going to stop this regime is not the 2020 election, but by millions of people, starting with thousands, gathering in city streets and squares around this country in nonviolent, continued, sustained protest, day after day, demanding that this entire regime be removed. That is the program of Refuse Fascism, and those of us in the RevComs support that and want to work towards that, even as what we are telling you and what we're working for, and that's part of the road to a revolution for the complete emancipation of humanity. We are on the road to organize you into the thousands for revolution. We are on the road to tell you that there is a way out of the madness. We are on the road to tell you that there is a third future that is neither one of these ruling class parties, but is a future that's in the interest of all of humanity. So BEB is real. It's bourgeois electoral bullshit, and you're going to be hearing about it on the media until you're stupefied.
Unstupefied.
We need to unstupefy the people with revolution. Okay.
LOL, OMG, what the hell is BEB? LOL. There's a whole other way that the world can be. Don't get caught up in BEB.